Hey everybody, it's Tarina. All right, we're on to project number 2. This was project number 1, which was our Easter add-on. Isn't it cute? Cute, cute. All right, so the second project we're going to be doing today is the spring project, the spring add-on. And if you did this one, now this is the one that Amy did. I know it's backwards and I do apologize. But this is cute, right? This is the sample that we had in the group. So we're going to do a combination of the two, okay? This was Amy's Hop, Hop, Hop. As you can see, it was a little different than the one in the sample. Again, just to show you the different looks that you can have. So this is mine, totally different. See how different those all are? And then this is Amy's spring. And that's the spring in the sample, totally different. Both super cute, but different, okay? So I'm going to set this aside. I'm going to turn off my, I don't need that. All right. So I've got fresh water. I've got my kit. Take some, hopefully YouTube is working. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Let me put myself in the group. Mary Jo, let me know if you can hear me. I can see that you're on. All right. Hi, Miss Victoria. Aren't you going to church today? Okay, so I'm going to, I don't want to keep you guys from whatever you have planned today. So you can always watch this on the replay, just so you guys know. All right, so I'm going to just put 2 strips of the tape. Okay, great. Thank you, Mary Jo. And then I'm just going to do, so I just fold the ends over and just space it out a little bit. And then hopefully you guys can kind of see that. And then I'll be posting a video because even when I ended the last video, it reminded me that they only keep them for 30 days, which is so annoying. It's like, why go live if you're only going to keep it for 30 days? So silly. All right, so I'm going to just sit this here. And the reason we use the tape is to keep things still, because little pieces like this can get lost. Okay. So I'm going to just sit that right there. And I was going to grab a couple of colors out. This is my drawer. I don't know if you guys can see this or not, but this is my drawer. My drawer of all the fun things. I like that color. It's colors away. I actually might want to use that strawberry swirl. Maybe that one too. I like all the, you know me, I like all of the shimmer colors. The sunny side, I think I'm going to use sunny side for the middle of the, and then I've got wild lime for the flowers. So the middle of the flowers, I've got the sunny side. See the color palette I'm going with? It's pretty, huh? And then I know Amy used like an orange, maybe a couture teal, or maybe carry that peony over. I don't know. I like that. Or do we add in that? I'm not sure. Not really quite sure. Well, let's just kind of go to that point, and then we'll figure it out, okay? And I've got white already. So we're gonna do fresh. Put all this stuff aside. So I know we're gonna do the background this color, and this is fresh. It's just a blue. So just use any blue that you've got. But again, if you want white in the background, use white. I just love this. Again, it's one of those metallics. I'm all about the metallics, I guess. Okay, I'll have to look at my texts. I'll post a picture of all of the finished projects in here, you guys, just so you guys know. You'll always have it in this group, okay? But I also want to see what you guys do. I'd love to see what you guys do. Let me try this one. This one doesn't seem to be as intricate. Oh no, I'm so sorry. That's too bad. I'm so sorry. That's terrible. I know you were looking forward to that. Got a little hair sitting in. I woke up with I've had a migraine for 2 days, and I've had to take my rescue meds 2 days in a row. Just kind of do what you got to do. Not feeling well is just the pits. So sorry. Let me try this again. The other thing I want to tell you guys is if you want to, I'm not going to necessarily seal this. I don't know why I did that. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I think it's because I'm on my iPad. It's doing this, like it does this. I always do this to my daughter, my granddaughter. She goes, "Hearts, Grandma, hearts." She likes it when I do hearts. Oh my gosh, that's funny. I don't know how I did the fireworks. Normally it's if you do this or this. Now it's not doing it, of course. Okay, so I'm going to paint the flowers white. Who knows? Who knows why anything does anything? Yeah, it was pretty. So I'm just painting the petals of the flower. And I'm going to start with white in case I go over. I think I'm needing new paintbrushes. My mother would probably think my brushes are atrocious. My mother was a painter. She was an artist, not a painter. She was an artist. In fact, I think I need to call my granddaughter today. I haven't talked to her all week. Feeling like Bob Ross. Happy little petals. We're going to paint some happy little petals. A little swoosh, a little swoosh. A little swoosh, just a little brush mark. He was like the most calming thing ever. Even as a kid, I remember watching him. Just painting the petals. And again, you can use acrylic paint if you want. You don't necessarily have to use paste. I'm using paste just because that's what I have. I have an abundance of paste. And so to me, especially since I decorate and I create a lot of my own stuff, I want things to match. And therefore, if I want it to match, I'm going to use the paste. Okay. Nobody ever comes over. Hold on for just 1 second, guys. I don't know who's here. Let me call my husband. Sorry, you guys. Hi, I'm on my live and somebody's at the front door. Okay, bye. It's never a dull moment here. Let's go back to this live, okay, shall we? Why is it not showing? There it is. There it is. I don't know why. It's not showing my live. There I am. Okay. There I am. You guys, technology. At least the video will be cut down. So you don't have to see all the craziness. nobody ever comes to my door. Nobody. Right. This will probably be the longest part of the whole project, you guys. Right here, painting the flowers. And I'm painting each individual petal because I want that. I want, it's funny, right? I want that petal look. This has been one of those days, I'm telling you. It's like the Monday-est Saturday ever. All right, I'm going to go back over. I remember when I was little, when I was growing up, my grandfather was an electrician. So was my dad. And it was my dad, it was not my dad's dad. It was my dad's father-in-law, my mom's dad. But I digress. My grandpa, they lived in Long Beach, and they lived on actually a really big property. And my grandpa had two shops because he was an electrical contractor, and so he had his office in one of the shops in the back, and he had the garage. And I just always thought it was the funniest thing that my grandpa had put in intercoms so that my grandma could message him out in the shop no matter where he was. And I'm like, why can't you just go outside and go get him? And then I'm like, well, that's kind of genius if you think about it. But he wired it up himself because, he's an electrician. So I just always thought that that was so genius. And now we have phones, and I can just call my husband, who is out he's fixing the car. He's out fixing his sand car right now. And because I'm busy, I can I can message him or call him. It's just funny. That's all. Right. And like I said, I'm doing each individual petal because I want it to look like petals, like a flower. Try not to be as messy. I always used to think my grandpa was like way ahead of his time. Because you're talking like the 60s, 70s when he put that stuff in. It was like George Jetson stuff. At least in my mind, he was way ahead of his time. But then on the other hand, he grew up on a farm in Alabama, and he had his own little farm in Long Beach on his property. It's convenient your grandma was before. He really was. I know, I just saw that. And you're right. Technology is great when it works. But the thing is my grandpa was awesome because if it didn't work, he would fix it. Right? My grandpa was great. My husband's great too because he's very handy. He's a he's a general contractor. Or he used to be. He doesn't do that anymore, but he does. He had his general contractor's license. And so but he's also a mechanic. And he's taught all of our children how to fix things. My grandpa only had 2 grandsons and 3 granddaughters. And I'm telling you, my one cousin ended up being a filmmaker. He does short film commercials. That's my youngest cousin. That's him and his wife own a video company. And then his older brother is a plumber, and my grandpa would have been so proud to know that he followed in my grandpa's footsteps to be, construction. And I think I've been watching. If you guys don't know who Mike Rowe is, he is the guy from Dirty Jobs, and he's awesome. My kids did not go into the trades, but my husband has always been in the trades. And my grandpa was in the trades. My dad was in the trades. I didn't have any brothers, so but I think it's a lost art. We wanted our children to, have a better life, and although it was very important to us that they know how to fix things like cars or change your oil, or because I'll tell you something, over the years, we have saved so much money on doing things ourselves because my husband is a mechanic. And it's been really nice, actually. And so the fact that our children have learned that as well, but chose other professions, so they could honestly add on to their own homes, yet fix people's bodies. Like I have a nurse, and I have a pilot, and I have a athletic trainer who fixes athletes. Our youngest son is the only one that actually followed in my husband's footsteps. Although he did get a degree in something else, he's learning to become a conveyor mechanic, which is huge. That's huge. And if you have that, I mean, honestly, he already did something other than conveyors, but he's rebuilding a car. He has fixed his own car many times. It's very, very important for kids to know these things. Makes them appreciate it, I think. Anyway, I was looking at something that Mike Rowe posted. They have scholarships for kids who go into the trades, which I thought was really cool. That's very admirable. And I can't tell you, like, there's a lack of people who will go into like the construction trades. My cousin, who is he just turned 55. He and my sister are a few weeks apart, and he he would love to have somebody take over his job, but it's hard to find good help. Anybody that wants to learn how to do what he does. He has 1 son and 3 daughters, and he has 2 younger daughters. And then his oldest daughter is married, but his son has a crazy job. I love looking at his. He's 20. Is he 21 now? Probably, I think he's 21. He does that, like, he works on a fishing boat in Alaska and in the Bering Strait. It's like, I would not want that job. But again, there's another like job that we appreciate because he works on a fishing boat and he works several months out of the year and then he has several months off. It's a dangerous job, but man, that's high adrenaline. That's high adrenaline, man. I don't know that I could do that. Okay, what do you guys think? It's pretty, huh? Do you guys see that okay up there? All right. So I'm going to let that dry. Close this guy up. Look, let me get another green out so we could do a little bit of shading. Let's do, do you want to do sage? Maybe we'll do a little sage. I don't want it to be too much of a difference. And again, we're just going to put a little bit of water. And then I have a rag just off to the side. I'm drying it and then just kind of going over the edges. Almost dry brushing. Pick that up and show you. You see that? Just that little tiny bit. It's just dry brushed. You see that up there? It's just enough to give it some detail. Again, I am not a painter. I am a crafter. And this just works for me. All right, that looks fantastic. All right, so let me move these guys out of the way so you guys can see. So far, so good. Let's see. I do want to do, so I'm not sure what color. Let's see. That won't pop off enough. I don't like that. I almost feel like that's going to be the color. That strawberry swirl. I think that's the color we're going to go with. But I think what we're going to do is on my butterfly, we're going to do this couture teal. Let that dry down. Thank you. All right, let me dry that really quick. Twist it up. Okay, hit that one more time. All right. Excuse me. All right. Let's paint this Hello Spring with the strawberry swirl. It's going to be really pretty. This is such a cute project too. Not a lot to it, but just super simple and pretty. I love the bright colors, bright shimmer colors. My ice machine in the background. Okay, let's do it again. We're just going to go over second coat. And if you're watching and you don't have the kit, we still do have a couple of kits left. I think maybe one or two of each of them. So want the spring, just put spring in the comments. So cute. And if you want any extra of I have the other kits, the main kit, that's the frame. We've got that. Let me dry that really quick. I think that looks pretty good. I'm going to move this over to here because I want to, if you guys can see, there's little tiny like details. You guys can see that. Little itty bitty baby tiny details in that. And I'm going to come back over those little baby tiny details with some of this strawberry swirl. And I've got this tool, which is, it's actually a Chalk Couture tool that we've got available. It's just, I don't know. I like it because it gets into the little nooks and crannies. Not being perfect, that's for sure. But no butterfly is perfect, so there's that. Just giving it a little bit of color. You see that okay? All right. We'll let that piece right here, I didn't see. The little body. Swipe. A strawberry swirl. Really pretty. Okay. So switch that out and let's do a little bit of detail work. I'm just going to grab pen and I want to kind of, especially like where the petals overlap another petal, I'm going to try to like detail that out a little bit. A little more damp than I want. If you don't, if your paint's not dry, the Sharpie won't work on. I don't love that. Let's paint over it. That's the beautiful part. If you mess up, you can paint right back over it. All right, we're gonna fix this. Because that paint was damp, it kind of smeared. So we're just gonna wait. And we'll do something else. We'll do the flowers. Note. That's pretty. I have to go over these again a little bit. That's pretty. And again, do as much as you want or as little as you want. This is your project. You do however you want. Let me do this again. There we go. Sorry. Do you guys see that okay? That's pretty cool. I use distilled or filtered water because I keep putting them inside my chalk paste. If you're not using chalk paste, you don't need to use distilled. Thank you. That's not a new tool. That is actually an old tool. It's still available. It's a tool set. Okay. Sharpie has seen better days. I'm just sticking. No big deal. Yay. That's so cute. Okay, let me get this right here. Come on. Don't crap out on me now. All right, so I'm going to go back around this and get any areas that I got sloppy that I can see. Around the edges. I think my black Sharpie is dead. It's not happy. It's out. So what do you got planned for the rest of the day after we're done with our next project? Anything fun? We've got to go grocery shopping. Don't necessarily love grocery shopping on the weekends, but it just kind of worked out that way. Not necessarily grocery shopping, Costco and all that stuff. Okay, I think I got all the areas. Let's see this guy. Anything big? While we're working on it. That wasn't as bad. That's good. All right. Shut this guy. Now what we're going to do is we're going to place everything where we want it. I want to make sure you guys can see it there. Okay. You want to make sure to avoid that little circle on the outside. Let's center this. Now, there's no right side or wrong side. Just want to kind of darken up some of these things. So let me get my stick fast. I use stick fast for everything, you guys. It really does stick fast. And it's a permanent. So don't put it on something unless you want it down permanently. It's even better than like regular super glue. I did learn this from my friend, Carolee and Amy, my friends Carolee and Amy, who do a lot of decorative painting like this. Okay. I'm going to take this. But again, use what you've got. I used to use a lot of Gorilla Glue, actually. Oh, I missed this right here. Not too bad. A little bit of glue. pretty. Okay, let me fix one thing real quick. Let me darken these guys up real quick. I'm just darkening the lines a little bit, you guys. And the dots. Okay, there we go. You guys look cute. See that? Okay, let me pop out my hop, hop, hop. And put in my Hello Spring. I don't know what that was, but it was making noise. There we go. Not pretty? I'm just hanging it on my little hanger. That cute? I love it too. I know, Costco on the weekend. It's terrible. But sometimes that's only time Kurt can go, and he likes to go with me. All right. Yeah, that bunny is adorable. He's adorable. So 2 down, 1 to go. So give me about 5 minutes, and I'm going to go grab a drink and clean up here real quick, and then we will do the July 4th. Thank you. I love it too. Funny. Sometimes I see things there. Sometimes I see, I don't know. I don't know. All right. So 2 down, 1 to go, and I will be back in just a few minutes. Also, you guys, because they came in a little bag like this, keep your bag because then you can store what you're not using. I just put these in a little drawer, and then when the season changes, I just change out my little hanging sign, and I just have them in their little bags. So, all right, you guys, I'm going to stop this real quick, and then we will come back in about 5